Hi, my name is Ben, physical therapist here at Total Physical Therapy in Amarillo, and today we are going to be going over the exercise called the clamshell and its progression. One of our top viewed videos on YouTube is the clamshell and its progression as shown in this video. In this video, you're going to see 4 different iterations of the clamshell. You're going to see a regular clamshell laying down on your side, keeping your feet together, raising the knee up towards the ceiling. You're going to see a progression of this where you keep your feet together, raise the knee up towards the ceiling, and then raise your leg towards the ceiling before repeating your steps, coming your way back down. You will also see a reverse clamshell, keeping your knees together. You're going to raise the foot up towards the ceiling, then coming back down. And then you're going to see a progression of this where you keep your knees together, raise your foot to the ceiling, and then raise the whole leg to the ceiling, and then repeat all the processes coming back down. This exercise is a very beneficial exercise to build foundational strength in what we call hip rotation. Hip rotation is super important for things like balance and walking. If I have poor hip rotation or poor ability to be able to control rotating my hips, some of these other things like balance and walking can be impaired. So if somebody's coming in with weak hip rotators, we can start with an exercise like the clamshell, which is actually a very good exercise at a very fundamental level because it has a very low point of entry. A lot of people can start off with this exercise. Now, if you've been given this exercise in the past and you have been working on this exercise for a while, chances are you have probably gotten pretty good at this exercise. And I hope you have. I hope you have progressed to a point where this is now pretty easy for you. The question becomes, where do I go from there? What do I do once I'm done working on this exercise? And so one thing that we can think about as we're looking at trying to progress this exercise is we can think about adding, say, a band for resistance in the same position, or we can even think about changing the position of the exercise. For example, maybe I can get up onto my hands and knees and do a quadruped fire hydrant, as shown in this video, where I'm rotating my leg out to the side. Now I'm in a different position. I would argue a more functional position, because when in life do I do things laid down on my side? It's very rare, but maybe I do a couple things up in my hands and knees position, or maybe I can get up into a standing position and do an exercise like a monster walk, where I put a band between my knees, and by doing this I am having to control and resist rotational forces as I'm moving side to side. And so there are a bunch of different ways that we can take an idea like the clamshell, which again is a very good exercise. However, if we're trying to improve our functionality by using exercise, we always need to be thinking of ways to try to take the idea that we have and then gradually build that idea up to more of what we're trying to do throughout the day, which for most people is being upright and moving around about the environment. Other things to consider with the clamshell is, what is your goal with the clamshell? What's our purpose? What are we trying to accomplish? If our goal is to get better balance, then the clamshell is a good exercise to build fundamental strength for your balance. However, balance includes not just strength, but also coordination, rhythm, and timing. And so whenever we think of ways to try to improve your balance with the clamshell, we also need to be thinking about, well, what types of exercises do I need to work on to help improve my coordination, rhythm, and timing? And doing some simple balance exercises can help us accomplish this task. For example, I can get up standing in front of a kitchen counter and I can take a leg and I can swing the leg out to the side and then return back. And your goal as you're doing this is just to simply have the least amount of pressure on my hands on the kitchen counter in order for me to be able to learn better balance and stability. Another simple drill I can do is by putting myself backing up into a corner, make sure that the corner is really close to me. If I'm worried about going forwards, I can set a chair up in front of me, and I can practice a variety of different balance positions here in the corner. These are just some simple ideas of things that we can do, but the idea remains is that if we are wanting to improve our balance with the clamshell, I also want to make sure that we are working on some balance exercises as well. I hope you guys found this video beneficial. I hope it gave you some ideas on things to do with the clamshell and progress the clamshell and why we might include it into an exercise program. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave those down in the comment section below. And as always, I hope you guys have a great day.